Welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. It's so nice to have you here. And if you're coming from my TikTok page, hi, sweetie, how are you doing? So, we'll be talking about the EPI scholarship from the University of Ghana today. And I just want to run through the eligibility criteria with you again. So, first of all, you must be a level 100 regular or fee paying student. You must demonstrate limited family income. And if you are a level 200 student or a level 300 student, you must have a GPA of 3.5 or above, but I always advise that even if you have a GPA of 3.0 and above, still apply for it. And you must obtain an aggregate of 11 or better in your WASI. That's if you are applying as a level 100 student. And know that when you are picked for the scholarship, you must maintain a CGPA of 3.0 and above. If not, they'll kick you out of the scholarship. And the deadline for the application is on the 11th of February, and you submit it at GCB near N Block. So, with all that being said, let's just start with the application. I'm going to focus more on the essay, so let's do that. When you come here, click new application and you log into the portal. So here, personal information, family background, academic information, financial, all this is already described in the Fantasy New Scholarship. If you haven't seen it, go watch it before this one. So let's go straight to how to answer the essay questions for the EPI. So for the EPI, they have three essay questions. The first one is describe your academic and career goals. How will your studies contribute to your future career? And you should write at least three paragraphs. So let's start with what to put in paragraph one. So for the first paragraph, you want to identify a problem in your community. And this paragraph answers the question, why did I choose this course? So A, you have to describe one real problem that you have personally observed in your community, explain how the problem affects people in your community, and then show personal connections to like the problem. And some of the good problems you can list in your community is one, let me say access to quality education or technology is actually a big deal in Ghana. You can talk about poor sanitation or waste management. You can talk about unreliable water supply, which is also a very big thing in Ghana, and electricity. And you can also talk about inadequate healthcare access in Ghana or poor roads, flooding, and housing issues. It's these problems are big deals that a lot of people in Ghana face. And one tip for you guys is that if the problem does not affect you personally or your community or your family, do not use it. You cannot talk about a problem that doesn't directly affect you. It doesn't really make any sense. There's no correlation in it. And some of the sentence starters that you can use are one major challenge in my community is, and the problem that has affected my community is, yeah, you use that. And I'm just going to use myself as an example for paragraph one. When I was writing my essay, I noticed that I'm from the northern part of Ghana. I'm from Bolgatanga. And if you know Bolgatanga, you know that we have only one raining season in Bolga. So for a whole long period, we have like dry period. So I wrote that because we have only one raining season and the people in my community and my parents are farmers, we wait so long for like the rains. Sometimes it doesn't even come early. And sometimes when it comes really heavily, it destroys our homes. An example, I put an example that my brother and I almost died in one of those incidents that our house broke down. So I wrote about that, that this is what's affected my community. And yeah. So let's go to the second paragraph and I'll add my story again. So the second paragraph, we want to link the problem to your course of study. So this paragraph answers the question, why this course? Okay, now you've told us about the program. Why are you taking this course? So first, you need to clearly mention your course at the University of Ghana, explain how the course helps address the problem, mention skills or knowledge you hope to gain from the course. So the instruction here is that the paragraph must clearly connect the problem that you mentioned in paragraph one to the problem that to the program that you are studying. And some of the sentence starters you can use is, this challenge motivated me to pursue a degree in, I chose to study this and this because it provides the technical knowledge to this. I will be using myself as an example here again because I already stated in paragraph one that I'm from Bolgatanga, and because we have one rainy season, my parents and the people in my community have to wait all year round for the rains to come. Sometimes they don't even come. Because of that, it leads to like food scarcity, and when the rains come heavily, they destroy our homes. I stated that in paragraph 2 that because of this issue, I'm coming to the University of Ghana to study agricultural engineering to learn how to create systems for irrigation in my community so that my parents wouldn't have to wait all year round to like start growing our crop. Paragraph 3 should talk about your career goals and your future impact. This paragraph should answer the question, what will I do with this education? So here you want to state your career goal and you have to explain how your studies at the University of Ghana will prepare you for this career and then what's your long-term goal too. And I want you guys to know that you don't write something like I want to be successful. Everybody wants to be who doesn't want to be successful? But you can put something like I aim to work as an environmental health officer addressing sanitation challenges in urban communities. So it should flow this way. It should flow on like how your education will help your career and what community transformation are you bringing on board after your education. And some examples are if your issue in your community was poor ICT access, then that means that you're coming to study computer science at the University of Ghana, and then you will help develop digital solutions. So it just flows in that manner. Your education, how your education will help your career, and what would you do with that education to transform your community. So let's move to our second essay, guys. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel at this point, please click the subscribe button. Let's read our second essay. It says that the EPI scholarship is designed for students who are gifted and from families of great financial need. Please attach an essay describing why you feel you qualify for this scholarship. Write at least 3 paragraphs. So you note that this question is just like the Fandasiani scholarship essay number 1, why you should be considered for the scholarship. Now let's move. Paragraph 1, we want to talk about our financial need. And here you need to be honest. Don't be dramatic. I'll use myself as an example at the end of this essay. Don't be dramatic. First, explain your family background. Mention the work that your parents do and how many siblings you have. Are your parents alive? Are they dead? State all these things there. And you need to show how these challenges affect your education. So, yeah. And one important thing, as I said, be factual, don't exaggerate, do not insult or shame your family. Do not do that. And the second thing is that you need, on your second paragraph, you need to show your academic ability. Yes, you stated that this is what your family is going through, but despite all the challenges that you were facing and it was affecting your academics, you were able to obtain this aggregate in your WASI, or you are still able to maintain this GPA as a continuing student. Write about that. And some of the challenges that you can write about here when you're in level 100 is about senior high school. Were you starving in school? Did you have books? What was happening in your senior high school? Were you crying all day? And if you're a continuing student, you can write about how difficult it was to adjust as someone without financial aid in the University of Ghana system. Were you always starving on campus? Did you have to go to classes hungry? You can state those examples, but you need to mention that, like, despite all these challenges, I've been able to excel in my field. And your last paragraph should talk about why this scholarship matters. So you have to explain how the EPI scholarship will directly help you succeed. Let them know that it's not just a financial aid that they are giving you, but it's going to be like a transformative journey for you. So when I was writing my essay at that time, my dad had died. He died in a motorbike accident. My mom was selling porridge to take care of us. I have two other siblings and I'm the first born. So I stated that, see, my dad is no more. My mom sells porridge to take care of us. I'm the first child. This is really affecting my family. I stated in my second paragraph that I faced a lot of challenges while I was in senior high school because I wasn't always having money. And note, I went to senior high school when we're still paying. It wasn't the what free education system. And I also stated that in senior high school, I got this opportunity to go to the US for a year. When I came back, I had to write WASI with my juniors because my mates had already written WASI, they were done. So adjusting back to the Ghana education system was so difficult because I had like a whole entire different year. But I was able to still do well in my WASI, even though I had like an 8 month period to relearn everything and write WASI. Because in the US, I wasn't taking like the same courses that I took in Ghana. And at the end, I wrote that, see, if you guys give me the scholarship, it's going to help me. It's going to take the financial burden off my head. I'll be able to focus on my education. I'll be able to do well. And when I do well, I'll be able to go back to my community and give back to them. So, do we understand? Finally, at the last issue, so it's asking, how would your university education enable you to contribute to the growth of Ghana? It's a straightforward question and it's very easy to answer. So, here you have to identify a problem in paragraph one and link it to your course of study, just like that of essay 1. But here you combine the paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 of your essay 1 into one paragraph here. That is mentioning the problem in your community that you are facing and connecting it to your course. In paragraph 2, you want to talk about what University of Ghana education will do for you. Now, what a lot of students do is that they just talk about all the academics, but University of Ghana has more to offer. It's crucial to talk about academics, talk about the courses, the subjects that you take, the courses that you take, the lectures that we will meet, but also talk about the other aspects of University of Ghana, like University of Ghana has the guidance and counseling session, which a lot of students don't even go to. It's a good opportunity to meet people. University of Ghana have great mentorship programs. You need to visit those ones. And they have like University of Ghana, there are always seminars, there are always career seminars going on, but a lot of students don't attend these things, and it's just really crazy. So talk about the other things that University of Ghana offer: the mentorship, the career seminars, the guidance and counseling unit. Talk about all that. And in our last paragraph, we want to talk about your long-term contribution. So yeah, this is what you are going to gain at the University of Ghana. How are you going to contribute to your community? You can talk about how you volunteer or how you participate in community projects. That's what most of my friends do. And you need to let them know that, see, your money is not just going to waste. When I study at University of Ghana, the premier university, this is what I'm bringing to the table. And that is the end of our AC3. Now, when you are done, you have to come and upload your documents. Some of the documents that you need to upload is your admission letter. Some of you asked me about the award letter. The award letter is when they give you the scholarship, but they haven't given it to you. So you can leave here. You need your recommendation letter from senior high school, then your WASI results, your evidence of income. If your parents don't have a job that pays them through the bank, you can use their Momo statement, dial *170# to get that, your transcript, then your proof of registration. And that should be it. When you are done, you come and then print out the declaration form and you take it to N block. Print it out, fill it out, take it to N block before the deadline. Okay, this is how the form looks like. And that is the end of our application. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe and share this video with people that might really need it. Bye. I love you.